Hello, so I'm not here, but you are, which means that you can still do a bunch of work and I'm here to help you through it. So, first problem, get out your composition books, go to the back of the room, and you're gonna go and you're gonna solve these problems. So you can pause this here. So the substitute, please pause this and get your composition books and write this down. Okay, so welcome back, good to see you. Hopefully you paused it or this is gonna seem silly. So when you rewrite this, what you should have written, if you're talking about a product of factors. Okay, so product of factors is a little bit tricky, but that's okay. I'm gonna say that this is 3, and instead of saying a to the 5th and a to the 7th, this would be like saying a times a times a, 5 of these, and then 7 more. So what you're gonna write is 3, and I can see if I have 5 here and 7 over here, you're gonna have 12 altogether. So check yours, make sure you've got it. If it's not, pause this and then figure out what's wrong with yours. This one, if I rewrite this, this would be like saying AB squared just means you multiply it times itself that many times. So I'm gonna say AB times AB. There's nothing left to do in the parentheses, so I'm just gonna say AB, AB. And I can see that I have 2 a's, so I'm gonna say a times a is a squared. So I did it. Product meaning multiply. So the next thing you're gonna do is go to section 4.2. Yours should say teamwork on it. So get out yours right now. Pause this until everybody has this out. If somebody on your team doesn't have it out, be like, hey, get yours out. Go, go. Okay, so in this one, 4 quantities are added or subtracted. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4 are added or subtracted. This is old stuff, but this should be that there are 4 terms. So that was vocabulary from a couple units ago. I think last unit. The term is a product of numbers and variables. So 2 and 3 represent, if we're talking about 2 and 3 here, they would be coefficients. So again, bringing in old vocabulary. Okay, if you're thinking about a bicycle, but not a bicycle, with 3 wheels, that's called a tricycle. And here, a polynomial with 3 terms is called a trinomial. With 2 terms, like a bicycle has 2 wheels. It's a bicycle, this is a binomial. And mono means 1. But this would be a monomial. So if you hear me say a binomial, I still mean a polynomial, I just mean it has 2 terms. Trinomial, 3, monomial, 1. Okay, so in this one, the product of monomials is also a monomial. It's saying if I take product meaning multiply, 3x squared times 9x to the 4th. If I write this out, there's a 3 here, a 9 here. That's where these are coming from. X squared means x times x. X to the 4th is x times x times x times x. So what I really can do, multiplication is commutative, so I can change the order around. 3 times 9, you get 27. X, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So I can say it's x to the 6th power, instead of saying x times x times x 6 times. Okay, so what you need to do right now is find something else that if you multiply it, something times something, you get 27 x to the 6th. I'll give you, and by I'll give you, I mean the sub will give you 2 minutes to do this. So stop this, pause it, you got 2 minutes, go. Okay, so I'm not actually waiting 2 minutes because hopefully you're back and you've unpaused this now. But if I'm finding another pair of monomials, 3 and 9 are really the nice ones to go to 27, but I could say 27 and 1, for instance. 27 and 1. I could say this is x to the 5th times x to the 1st. That still make x to the 6th. So you could have rearranged this any way you want. You might have said x to the 4th, x to the 2nd, like up there. You might have said x to the 3rd, x to the 3rd. Lots of ways you can do that. Okay, so here again, it's saying 27x to the 6th. So the same thing that I just told you there, and I gave a couple examples very, very quickly, you're gonna do that down here. So if I break this into 3 parts, 3 times 3 times 3 will give me 27. X times x times x would only be x to the third, so I need more than that. So what if I put a 2 here? Well, that would give me 2 plus 1 more, it would be 3, 4. Nope, not enough. What if I made this one a 2? 2, 4, 5, not enough? Hey, there we go. What I want you to do is try this one. I'm not going to give you another one. You're going to take your answer and compare it with the people next to you and see if they got what you got. Okay, so pause this now. And welcome back. Okay, so the next one, this one says quotient. Quotient means divide. That's why there's division problems here. And I take this and I want to get 27. So I'm going to think of something when I divide it, I get 27. Like 54 and 2. If I divide those two, I get 27. And so I'm going to write this over here. I know I want 6 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As soon as I put an X down here though, 1 goes away. And now I only have 5. Oh no, what do? So I put another one. So couldn't I do 54x to the 7 over x to the first? 1 would have gone away. So I'm going to give you another one and then you're going to fill in this. Actually, no, I'm not. You can do this. So think of something else that when you divide it, you still get 27. But instead of x to the 7 and x to the first, what could you put instead? If you cross them out, well, I'll give you one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I have 8 in the numerator, I want 2 down here. Because if I say x divided by x and I get 1, I still have 6 left. Yay! So I could do x to the 8th over x to the 2nd. I could even do 27x to the 8th over x to the 2nd. And that's still 27x to the 6th. You think of another one. A totally original one. So pause this, think of another one. Welcome back. Hopefully you've got this. You are still required to do this. I'm not gonna reteach this tomorrow, so I'm teaching it right here. Here I am. The next one, 27x to the 6. A monomial, meaning one term, raised to a power. Okay, so I can see that there's a 6 out here. This seems kind of crazy. But there's nothing that I can raise to the 6th power and get 27. Because even if I raise like, I don't know, 3. 3 times 3 times 3. This is way more than 27. So the way that I do this is going to be kind of tricky. But I'm going to think, okay, what could I possibly raise and get 27? And it says to the 6th power on the outside. So, a little bit harder. Pause this, you think about it. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so if I'm taking something and I'm getting 27 raised to the 6th power. Over here, if I went x in here, I'm actually, what if I did, I have to think of this, 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, so 3 to the 3rd power is 27. But I need something, if I'm raising it all, a monomial raised to a power to get 27 x to the 6th. So what if I did 3, I'm thinking, we're still here together. I want to change this a little bit. And what if I did, I've got it. I've got it, guys. Okay, so you see how 3 to the 3rd is 27? So if I put 3 in here, I could get a 3 out here. But then you're like, wait a second, x to the 3rd is not x to the 6th. And even I had to think about this for a second. So you're going to be required to use your brains. And so if you think about this and you're like, well, 3x times 3x times 3x gives me 27, but not x to the 6th. Well, is there something, what about if I change this to a 2? This is like saying 3xx, 3xx. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? I have a monomial, 3x squared, raised to a power 3, and I got 27x to the 6th. You try to think, is there something else that you could do? Maybe there is, maybe there's not. But think about it. Is there something else you could do and still get 27x to the 6th? Let's do next page. Oh, pause it. Try to think about that. Welcome back. This is so weird doing this. I realize it's weird. Bear with me. Be awesome. The sub's going to write down your name if you're not awesome. And she's going to write down your name if she or he, sorry, I didn't mean to assume gender, is going to write down your name if you did something awesome, so I know that too. Substitute, please do that. Thank you. Okay, so in this one, the monomial 48x to the 9th can be written as a product in different ways. So you see, it's written this way, a monomial times a monomial, I get this times this, and I get that. And so if you're trying to figure out another way that can be written, think about something else. So I'm gonna say 6 times 8, I know I get 48. They already used x to the 6th and x to the 3rd. What about x to the 7th and x squared? Because this would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's just how many times I multiply it. So we should be good. Okay, so the next one, think about this. What is 35x to the 4th? So try to figure this out. Pause this, figure it out. I need to make sure the video is still going. Okay, so in this one, I think, I don't know, 7 times 5 is 35. Maybe I want to do x to the 3rd this time, x this time. Anytime I don't have an exponent on here, it's assumed to be the first. If you want to write it until you get used to that, feel free. Hold on, and it also says a 3rd degree monomial. So, see how this one has a degree of 3? I'm good. This one says a monomial. This is all about vocab with a coefficient of 7, meaning there has to be a 7 in front. So again, I used 7 the first time, but this time it doesn't matter what I do for x. So I can do x squared and x squared this time. This one says you have to have 5x in here somewhere. If I have 5x here, the other one has to be 7. I have 1 here, but I need 3 more over here. This one says 35x to the 3rd. The only way I can multiply that, 35 times 1 is 35. X to the 3rd. I went through those really fast. So if you don't understand one of those, say, hey, can you please rewind this a little bit? Rewind, that makes me feel real old. But can you please go back a little bit so I can see these ones? Okay, this one. You're finding 2 ways you can write 40x to the y to the 3rd as a product of 2 monomials. So this is what we've been doing a whole lot. There's lots of different ways. I'm going to do one, you're going to do the other. 2 numbers that multiply to get 40. 8 and 5 is 40. What? But now there's some crazy stuff in here. There's an x. So I took care of that. Maybe this one's y and this one would be y squared. Because when I rewrite this, I still have y multiplied 3 times. I still have an x. I still have 8 times 5 is 40. You try the other one. So pause this, try it.